Imagine a group so wealthy, so powerful, that they don't need to attend Davos. They own half the real estate the Davos crowd stays in. They don't post on Instagram. They don't give interviews. They don't need press. Because behind the scenes, they control billions. This is the secret billionaire club of the Middle East, a network of Gulf royals, ultra-high net worth sheikhs, and legacy families whose influence shapes global markets, luxury trends, and even geopolitical power, and most people have never even heard of them. Welcome to Desert Billionaires, and today we're peeling back the curtain on one of the wealthiest and most exclusive circles on Earth. Let's begin with a simple truth. In the Gulf region, money isn't just about status, it's about sovereignty. While Silicon Valley billionaires buy private islands or social media platforms, members of the Gulf elite build cities, own sovereign wealth funds, and quietly buy entire blocks of Paris, London, and Manhattan. But within that elite class, there's a tighter, more discreet inner circle, one that functions more like a private syndicate than a social club. No nameplates, no PR, no membership fees, only access and generational wealth. So, who's in this club? Let's be clear, this isn't some official organization. It's an informal network, a blend of royal bloodlines, trusted advisors, billionaire heirs, and second-generation tycoons. We're talking the sons of Gulf monarchs who quietly manage portfolios larger than some European economies. The cousins and uncles of ruling families who sit on the boards of sovereign wealth funds. Private investors from the UAE, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar who co-invest in mega projects, hedge funds, and tech unicorns without ever seeking public credit. They're bound not by titles, but by trust, family ties, and discretion. How do they operate? The keyword: quietly. Unlike flashy billionaires who announce every acquisition, members of this club operate through family offices hidden behind layers of shell companies, private investment vehicles registered in London, Luxembourg, the Cayman Islands, and now Abu Dhabi Global Market, ADGM, or Riyadh's King Abdullah Financial District strategic partnerships with Western firms hungry for Gulf capital. They rarely take board seats, they never speak at conferences, but they move mountains of capital, from luxury hotels to arm's-length defense investments. What do they actually invest in? Everything, but especially tech startups through Silicon Valley 5C funds, often as quiet LPs. Private equity funds acquiring Western assets on their behalf. Mega real estate. Think Harrods, the Shard, Champs-Élysées blocks, luxury London mansions. Energy, infrastructure, and renewables, with a growing appetite for green technology, art, and rare collectibles as a status-safe wealth preservation method. Luxury aviation, yachting, and automotive, not just for personal use, but for influence. And here's the wild part. They often co-invest with each other, keeping the capital circulating within the network and maintaining control. Why is it so secret? Two words: legacy and leverage. Many of these families have controlled regional trade and wealth since before oil. Secrecy protects that power. More importantly, in the Gulf, wealth and influence must be managed with extreme discretion. A flashy misstep could destabilize alliances. A leaked investment could become political. So, the code is simple: no headlines, no fingerprints, no failures. Project Sama. In 2023, Amman Resorts announced the world's first floating palace, a $3 billion project named Project Sama. Who funded it? The names were never officially released, but sources in the luxury development world traced the capital to a syndicate of Gulf-based investors, linked by private family offices across Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar. It wasn't about ROI, it was about symbolism, showing the world that the Gulf elite can define what luxury looks like next. Another example, the Qatar takeover of London. You've probably heard that Qatar owns Paris Saint-Germain, but did you know Qatari investors also own the Shard, Harrods, Claridge's Hotel, and nearly £40 billion worth of real estate in the UK alone? These aren't just state-level investments via the Qatar Investment Authority. Many are facilitated by royal family members, cousins, and close allies, operating through private trusts. Quiet, powerful, permanent. So, what's the goal of the club? It's not just to preserve wealth, it's to shape the narrative of power in the 21st century. They're building soft power through global real estate footprints, controlling media and sports franchises, hosting global events like Expo 2020, and the World Cup becoming silent partners in the West's most powerful funds. They don't want your attention. They want your infrastructure, and they're buying it, one discrete deal at a time. In a world obsessed with unicorn valuations, hype, and social media billionaires, the secret billionaire club of the Middle East is playing a different game. No noise, no press, just power. And while the world watches tech moguls fight on Twitter, these Gulf royals are building cities, acquiring empires, and quietly shaping the next chapter of capitalism. This is Desert Billionaires. Hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories of power, wealth, and influence. See you in the next episode.